The rise of the unstoppable dreamer. In a small village nestled between green hills, there lived a young woman named Asha. Her name meant hope, but many in the village believed she carried little of it. Asha was born into a family of farmers who struggled to make ends meet. Life was tough, and dreams were considered luxuries they couldn't afford. Asha, however, was different. From the time she could walk, she looked beyond the hills that enclosed her village, imagining what lay beyond. She wasn't just curious, she was determined. She believed she was meant for something extraordinary. Her father often told her, "Asha, dreams are for the rich. We are simple people. Accept it and don't set yourself up for disappointment." But Asha would always respond, "Baba, the biggest failure is never trying. One day I'll show you." The first obstacle. At the age of 18, Asha's family faced a devastating drought. Their crops failed and debts piled up. Her father decided to marry her off to reduce their financial burden. When Asha overheard this, her heart sank. Marriage wasn't the problem, it was the timing. She had plans to pursue higher education and explore opportunities outside the village. That night, she approached her parents. "Please give me 1 year," she begged. "Let me try to make something of myself. If I fail, I'll do whatever you wish." Her parents reluctantly agreed, though they didn't believe she could change their fortunes. Asha used her savings from tutoring children in the village to travel to the nearest city. It was her first time stepping out of her comfort zone, and the bustling streets, towering buildings, and endless possibilities filled her with both awe and fear. The city of challenges. In the city, Asha faced rejection after rejection. Employers scoffed at her lack of experience and formal education. She lived in a small shared room and barely managed to afford meals. Nights were the hardest. Loneliness crept in, and doubts whispered in her ear. One day, while searching for work, she stumbled upon a community library. Inside, she found a world of knowledge. She spent hours reading books on business, self-development, and stories of people who had risen from nothing. A particular quote struck her. "Success is not for the chosen few. It's for the few who choose." Inspired, Asha decided to take matters into her own hands. She noticed a rising trend. Many city residents were looking for organic produce, but struggled to find trustworthy suppliers. Her village had the very resources these people needed. Turning adversity into opportunity. With this idea in mind, Asha returned to her village. Her parents were surprised to see her back so soon. "I haven't given up," she assured them. "I found a way to make our lives better." She gathered the village farmers and shared her plan. "If we grow high-quality organic produce and sell it directly to city markets, we can eliminate the middlemen and earn fair prices." At first, the farmers were skeptical. They had faced exploitation for years and didn't believe city folk would pay them fairly. But Asha's determination was infectious. She promised to handle the marketing and logistics herself. She worked tirelessly, traveling back and forth between the village and the city. She used social media, flyers, and word of mouth to promote her initiative, calling it Fresh Roots. Slowly but surely, orders started coming in. Overcoming doubts. Success didn't come without challenges. One month, a major order fell through, leaving the farmers frustrated and questioning her leadership. "You're just a dreamer," one of them said. "Dreams don't fill stomachs." Asha didn't argue. Instead, she redoubled her efforts. She stayed up late, making calls, sending emails, and knocking on doors. Her persistence paid off when a well-known restaurant chain agreed to a trial order. That deal became a turning point. As word spread about the quality of Fresh Roots, more businesses and individuals signed up. Within 2 years, the initiative grew into a thriving enterprise. Tash, a ripple effect. The impact of Asha's efforts extended beyond her family. The entire village began to prosper. Farmers who once lived in debt now earned enough to send their children to school. Women, inspired by Asha's courage, started small businesses of their own. Asha's father, who once doubted her dreams, now beamed with pride. "You've taught us that courage and vision can move mountains," he told her. But Asha wasn't done. She reinvested her profits into building a school in the village, ensuring that no child had to fight for an education like she did. She also launched workshops to teach farmers sustainable practices, further enhancing their livelihoods. The global stage years later, Asha was invited to speak at an international conference on rural development. Standing on stage, she looked at the audience and said, "I was once told that dreams are for the rich, but I've learned that dreams are for the brave. Every challenge we face is an opportunity in disguise. The key is to believe in yourself when no one else does." Her speech received a standing ovation. Asha returned to her village, not as the girl who dared to dream, but as a leader who turned those dreams into reality. The moral: no matter how humble your beginnings, no matter how steep the road ahead, you hold the power to change your destiny. Challenges are not walls, they're stepping stones. And when you choose to rise, you inspire others to rise with you. How's that for motivation, Kawal?